If you fail in these two consecrations, you will never rise. I'm telling you things that will never change until this world comes to an end. And so there is one aspect of consecration that has to do with your walk with God. There must be another aspect of consecration that has to do with mastering the demand of your destiny. As in your consecration to God, there's a consecration for intimacy. And that has to do with purity. It has to do with reverence. It has to do with prayer, communicating with God, prayer and fasting. All of those consecrations are required to walk with God. They are intimacy-based consecration. The Bible says God is of a purer eyes. His eyes cannot behold iniquity. In 2 Timothy chapter 2 verse 19, it said, the standard of God standeth sure. It said, therefore God knows them that are his. It said, they that name the name of the Lord must depart from iniquity. You cannot mix light with darkness. And so there is a rigid requirement of purity. There are many people trusting God to do something mighty in their life. They want to become leaders that will change the world. They want to be used mightily in the anointing, but their garments are stained. That you are able to hide it from men does not mean you can hide it from God. God sees what you are doing in the dark. And so if you want the power of God, if it's power of God, you want to lift you, there's a demand for purity. Go and study the life of Joseph. I read it already. The reason a nobody can become a somebody and nobody can do anything about it is because that nobody was keeping the demand of purity. The guy would have slept with Potiphar's wife. He would have ended up the head of all houseboys. Meanwhile, his destiny was to become prime minister in Egypt. The reason he journeyed that far was because he kept his purity. When he had the opportunity, he refused. Some of us here, the reason we are not yet falling is because we don't have opportunity. And we are fighting so hard to get that opportunity. And God is looking at us and saying, no, the power you are looking for, you don't have the capacity to carry it. And so even when the season comes, you discover you can't rise. Because iniquity will become a weight that will pull you down. There is the consecration of reverence. You can't walk with God without honoring him. You find people who say they want God to use them. God is talking. They cross their leg. They are saying, God, wait, later. I'm watching a movie. And they want this same power of God to make them a senator. They want this same power of God to make them a governor. They want this same power of God to make them a prophet. They want this same power of God to make them the most successful businessmen. Do you believe that power? Do you honor that power? If you like, pay 10 prophets to pray for you. You will go nowhere. It's deception.